In 1898, a Canadian sea captain named Joshua Slocum sailed into Newport Harbor, completing a 46,000-mile voyage, the first man ever to sail alone around the world. His voyage has inspired thousands to follow in his wake. Like Magellan and the astronauts, Slocum helped shrink the globe. His book on the voyage is a classic of maritime literature. His complex life swung from poverty to presidents, through mutiny, shipwreck, prison, and even murder. His renown has grown steadily in the 90 years since his death. He is Joshua Slocum, a New World Columbus. Slocum became a master navigator, a skill that would serve him not only on the many tall ships he commanded, but even more so on his epic but ridiculously underfinanced voyage alone around the world.
My old chronometer, which was a good one, had been long in disuse. I tried to get it cleaned and rated, but they wanted $15 for it. $15. They may as well ask for the moon. I traveled with nothing till I got to Nova Scotia. But once I got to Yarmouth, I got my famous tin clock, the only timepiece I carried on the whole voyage. The price of it was $1.50, but on account of the face being smashed, the merchant let me have it for $1.
So Slocum navigated some of the world's most difficult and treacherous waters using a $1 tin clock. He used the lunar method. Considered laborious and archaic even then, it's forgotten today, but it had the advantage of not requiring absolutely accurate time, thus not requiring the $15 Slocum didn't have. His extraordinary navigation was further tested when a goat, given to him by the islanders of St. Helena, ate his only chart of the Caribbean. So Slocum not only circumnavigated the globe without a chronometer, but sometimes without a chart, relying on his memory of past trips through the Caribbean islands. Slocum's interests were narrow but deep. He was obsessed with the sea, in love with it. Throughout the 1860s and the 1870s, he sailed the Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Pacific, and the South China Sea. He also tried boat building and fishing, and for a season, hunting sea otters off the coast of British Columbia. By 1869, he'd won command of his first ship, a coasting schooner, then moved up to a bark. A year later, he sailed to Australia, where he would meet and marry the second love of his life. At a dance in Sydney, Australia. From Australia, with a new set of sails given to him in Sydney, he sailed to Cocos Keeling Island in the Indian Ocean, a passage of 2,700 miles, in 23 days, of which, Slocum says, he spent less than 3 hours at the wheel. Many scoffed at this claim, indeed scoffed at his entire voyage. They didn't believe he could sail alone, that the boat would steer itself. Sailing with Sam McKenney off Vancouver, aboard his Northern Spray, talking to him at the bow with no one at the helm, confirms that the Spray design is mysteriously able to sail itself. Slocum's voyage took so long that American newspapers began to report that he was lost at sea. Slocum, unaware of these obituaries, blissfully sailed on. In South Africa, the world traveler was invited to debate the shape of the Earth with the founder of the Boer Republic, Paul Kruger, who argued that the Earth was flat. Slocum took the more conventional position. After Cape Town, it was an easy run up the Atlantic home to America, only 10,000 miles of sailing alone, without a chronometer or engine, and now that the goat had eaten them, without charts. Slocum sailed into Newport Harbor on June the 27th.
Then he went on up to Fairhaven for a ceremonial kind of end, and then went into Boston on July 4th in 1898. And amazing story, 46,000 miles.
In 1908, he told President Roosevelt of his plan to sail to Venezuela, up the Orinoco, and on to the headwaters of the Amazon. He took off into a November gale and was never seen again. He may have foundered in that gale. He may have fallen overboard. Perhaps the old girl sprung a plank. But most likely, one of his hated steamships had finally caught up with him. His most recent biographer, Ann Spencer, has found evidence identifying a particular Caribbean mail steamer as the ship that ran old Slocum down. Whatever really happened, it seems appropriate that the old sea dog who loved the sea and did so much to share that love with the world should still be in and of it.